I'm Robbie.
And I'm Allison.
And this is Renovation Therapy.
Hey everyone, we are a few days into working on this house, and there's one thing that we always are a little bit worried about when we start a new project, and that's mold, and we found some.
Guess what I found today?
Yeah, so it's all gonna be okay, but
it's
yep.
inconvenient, yeah.
So this was all covered in wallpaper, this area here. So Allison was removing all of this wallpaper. And so she got back over to this side, and it's not great, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But it stops there.
And so we believe it's the second floor bathroom. So we're pretty sure we know the cause of it, so we can fix it.
Yep, and we should definitely be masked up, so we're gonna mask up here in a second. This is not good to just be chilling with it, but it's all right there. And then if you go here, that's literally right where those are. So anytime when you have mold, you need to find the source. Oof, man, that is nasty. You need to find the source, and you need to tear it all out. So we're gonna get right to it. We're gonna mask up, glove up, and rip all this out because we don't really have another choice. Before we get started, I also just wanted to mention a few things. You're gonna wanna make sure you tarp off any areas that you don't want mold spores getting to. Obviously everywhere but the spot that you're removing mold. So we have our whole upstairs tarped off, and then our whole first floor is basically one room. So we have windows open, and then we have this guy, which is the Blue Dry Air Shield 550. This is an air scrubber, which is awesome. It's basically this, an air purifier, but on steroids. So this is the more commercial style unit for purifying air. So if you have a job as big as ours, I would suggest getting one of these. It's linked down in the description below. If you have a small, less than 10 square foot job, I think an air purifier would be great, but make sure you open up those windows. You wanna be safe. Okay, so we're masked up and ready to go. We have our gloves. I used to make fun of people who wore safety glasses, and then I just kept getting stuff in my eyes, so we should wear safety glasses. So we're gonna get to it. You see some people on TV just bust through the walls. It makes it really dirty, really difficult to, refinish the drywall afterwards. So if you can use an oscillating tool, multi-tool some people call them, and make nice cuts, pull your pieces out, it'll make nice lines for you to refinish your drywall to it. Okay, you don't want to go too deep with this because there could be plumbing, well we know there's plumbing, or electric, so you just want to go deep enough to cut the drywall. There's plumbing right there. You don't want to just jam through because you could hurt what's behind the wall, so I'm just loosening it. There's some plumbing. Wow, that's definitely what our problem is. Alright, so you can see just as we thought we'd find, there's plumbing right back here. I'm sure whatever plumbing is, that's going to be the source of our leak. Just running all the way down, wreaking havoc. So we got this piece out, plumbing behind it, just as we suspected. Definitely the cause of the mold. It's all like right about here, the plumbing is. So I'm going to cut out a piece above it to make sure there's no mold on the back of that drywall. It's all looking good. One spot here, right where the topper was touching it. Up here all looks good, no mold. So I think we'll probably start from where I cut and cut a straight-ish line and work our way down and remove all that. So I'm actually happy about this, that it is exactly what we expected. It's not going up past the leak, it's just all under it where the water ran down. So you see what's happening here. If we turn the water on right now, we would see exactly where the leak is. But I'm just gonna pull it all out. We have other bathrooms that we can use while we're here working on it, and we'll get to this at a different time and just replace all of it and do it right. Allison and I always say it would be really difficult to buy a house and just move in for us, because every time we buy a house, we open everything up and we find all this stuff that was done wrong. So it's definitely frustrating. Makes you not trust people as much, that's for sure. But we want to get it out and do it right, so we have nothing to worry about, because mold can be a big problem. This tool is really nice when you're pulling out drywall, because in all corners you have drywall tape, and especially a lot of this had wallpaper on it. So in your corners, if I were to pull this piece off right here, it would be stuck here and it would just rip that all off also. So if you can take this tool, or even a utility knife would work well as well. And also, you can cut right along that seam, break that paper, so that way when you pull it off, it just breaks free. So I'm gonna do that now. Anything you have to say, babe?
I freaking hate mold.
Okay, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. We've, just from pulling all this out all the way to over here, we've noticed that there's no mold over here. It's all over in this area. But we're still gonna tear as much of this out as we can. But I'm just gonna cheat a little bit, because the corners can just make everything messy. Now I have to redo this side. Instead of just ripping this all the way out to the corner, I have a stud right here. So I open it up all the way to the stud. So then your stud is 1.5 inches wide. So from right here, that's the edge of my stud. I'm gonna go over about 3/4 inch. That's the middle of the stud. And I'm gonna take my level, draw a line. That should be the center of my stud. Now I can take my multi-tool and cut all the way up this, all the way into the stud, which will make it pop off nice and clean. And now I have half of a stud to put my new piece of drywall onto. I pulled this out and you can see I got half of my stud here to put my new piece of drywall on when I refinish, to screw into. And that should go all the way up. So now we're gonna take care of all this mold on here. Look, taking a closer look at it, it's not rotten, the wood is not rotten. There's just mold on it. So I like this product, I've used this before. Concrobium mold control. And then you need a scrub brush, and then rubber gloves, and then of course mask and eye protection. So you want to remove any surface stuff off of the wood. So I use my shop vac for that. And you'll need to, swap out the filter after that. Throw that filter away. Clean out the shop vac. So I'm just going to start by spraying this on. I forgot to mention, you also want a solution of bleach water for your scrubby. As you're scrubbing, wash it off in there. You want some rags. Make sure that doesn't fall. All right, I'm going to take a rag now and just wipe everything down. Like I said, mold is a result of moisture. So you want to make sure everything's dry. I'm obviously going to throw this rag away afterwards. But you want to leave all this open for a while. Make sure it's all dried up. Last thing you want to do is put new drywall back up while it's wet. All right, all the areas that I scrubbed have dried. I scrubbed them again for good measure. It dried again. It all looks really good. There's some light staining, but there's no mold on there. I'm gonna let it stay open for a while since we have other projects to do on the house. Let it stay open and breathe. And then in another video, we'll show you how we patch all this up, put new drywall on. We'll keep you guys updated with everything we have going on. Be sure to like and subscribe.